right, sorry for the interruption. This is our first time doing it, and so I really apologize for that. But now we kind of got this whole feel for it. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab a couple of brushes. So here, what I love about this pack is that it's resealable. It's perfect. Love it. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use, this is probably one of my favorite size of brushes that I use. And then I like to use this one. So today we're just going to go ahead and kind of start like a base foundation because you do need it to let it dry a little bit. Probably one of my favorite things about acrylics is that it dries really fast. And I'm the most impatient painter there is. And that's why I probably have never attempted oil, but you never know. Do you mind? Also, I just want to say hello to the people that are commenting. I really appreciate you coming and seeing my live video. I hope you like my studio. All right, so these are the canvases. This is the one that I have done. And the great part is that it comes in a 3-pack. So if you don't feel happy with one of them, you can just use the other one. If you want to go ahead and do this with your partner, your children, or a friend, as like a slogan that I like to call Art Time Together, because that could be anybody that wants to art with you. So now I'm just going to go ahead and here, let me just open just tear this off. I just wanted to leave that on to show y'all. Here we are. All right, so here I'm just going to go ahead, and the first color I always really like to, when I paint, I really like to make a background, because your background is just really important, because a lot of times people will see what's in front of the painting, and then the more they look at it, the more they're looking for things in the painting. So you always want to kind of create in a painting so you can have a lot of different focuses on, because believe it or not, a lot of times when I do a painting, I would ask people, what do you like the most? And usually 5 out of the 10 will say something different that they like about the painting. So here I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to use my white acrylic paint. I think this was 97 cents at Walmart. So you're not going to cry a river if it spills. It's really easy to wash out. Having my 2 kids, they have gotten into these paints more than I would like to say. We have, it's very interesting, it does not come out of carpet, just FYI. Carpet, you're just doomed right there from the start. But anything else, it comes out pretty fast. So, believe me, my kids have done a lot of damage with these. That is why I have, as you see in my art studio, this amazing hutch that I got that they have not figured out how to get into yet. But believe me, it's coming. So here I'm just going to start, and I could use my plate, but I'm kind of getting ahead of myself here. So here, let's just put that right there, because since I'm doing it a video, I don't want to put my back to you. If you want to get a little closer, my dear, my sweet husband. All right, so, oops, yeah, and there goes paint on the floor. All right, so here we're just going to start. I usually always start in a corner, and you're just going to start to slowly dab, dab, dab. It's my favorite thing ever. Here, you're going to pour some more white into the paint, and we're just going to start. I love this brush. These have been my favorite brushes of all time. So you just dab, 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 and off you go. You just kind of want to make the whole canvas wet, because I've learned that that really helps by creating texture and a little bit more depth, and it makes painting a lot easier instead of you having to always work on a dry surface. Is this what professional artists do? I don't know, but I like my way. So here we go. All right, so here we've kind of gotten a lot of white in there. It doesn't look like much, but we're gonna get there. Now we're gonna take our awesome vanilla ice cream, even though I prefer chocolate ice cream. You like vanilla ice cream, right, honey?
I do.
All right, So here, we're just gonna put some more there. All right, here we go. Now, this is just me, but usually you have to keep on refreshing the page so people can see the comments, my dear. I always usually you can just snap open the lid. I actually don't, because usually if the paint starts to dry in the lid, it dries up and then your kids can't have this squirting paint festival. They actually have to learn how to unscrew the tub, and that saves you a little bit of time when they're extremely quiet and you know that they're up to no trouble, up to actually trouble and no good. Silence is always a very scary thing in our house. So here we have our vanilla ice cream. I love this color. So here we have our white paint, and we're just gonna go dab, 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 dab. Just go freely, just dab, dab, dab. Dab, dab, dab. And we're gonna grab a little white, because why not? It's not that expensive, and you can use a lot of it, so why not? All right, do we have any comments that I can answer, my dear?
Not yet.
Not yet? All right. Well, okay. So here we go. So it's kind of hard to believe that from this dab, 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 we're going to end up with this soon, which is totally awesome. So here we dry off the brush a little. Hope it doesn't fall on the floor. All right, there we go. Now we're just going to go ahead and just use the rest of the paint that I have in there. And, we're gonna have to let it dry. So let me just go ahead, we're gonna let this dry. If you really wanna accelerate your time and be kind of like what I've done in certain times of panic when I needed to get something dry because I had to go pick up the kids from school, I use a hair blow dryer on low mode. Is it probably ever against every artistic rule? Probably, but when you have kids or you're in a rush, you gotta do what you gotta do. So let me just go ahead and we're gonna put the brush in the water so it doesn't dry up. The good part is that working with acrylics, if your brushes do end up drying out, and because I have this really bad tendency of when I'm painting, I can't put my paintbrush down because the kids will always get them somehow. It's been quite interesting. So I usually always put them in my ponytail, and then I forget about them and I run around, and the next thing I know, my brushes are completely dry. And so what you just do is you just get some warm water and you just dab your brushes in there. I've heard that sometimes a little bit of Dawn soap or so forth, and then rinsing them and everything, and that will actually like save your brushes. But on a side note, hard brushes sometimes are great for texture. So here we go. I'm just gonna go ahead, we're gonna let that dry, and then I'm gonna go ahead and show you exactly what y'all are gonna need for next week's project, and so you can just see what colors you want. Once again, I'm using this palette of tone colors because that's all, these are just actually using only 3 colors in this entire panel, which I'm gonna pull out of the package to show you. Please do not go and buy all of these expensive paints from Hobby Lobby and so forth. I could show you tubes of paint that I have that are absolutely so large, and I never use them, and they get dried up, and then I'm sad because I just spent all this money on one color when I could have just bought in a tube. So here, these are all of your basic colors. You can mix every single color under the rainbow with these, and they're just great to start with. They're not gonna dry out, and you can use them for so many more projects. So this is your palette. It's called Simply Acrylic. If you don't find the same one, you can always get another one, just as long as you try to keep in those colors. But these are pretty much the colors that you always get. Over here, let me put this on our cat swiper scratching post. Here we have the Apple Barrel Vanilla Ice Cream, and here we have the white from Apple Barrel. There's 2 types of that they sell at Walmart like this. You can buy them also at Hobby Lobby, Michael's. I've seen them everywhere. They're pretty popular. Then you're gonna get your brushes. This is the 25 pack. But for this, like, this was just a great steal of a deal because I got so many brushes for, like, I got 25 brushes and all of this was under $20. And I was excited about these brushes. So, and these are definitely brushes that we will be using in the future. So it's always good to have. These are always good to have. Your tissues and your cup. So I will post a picture online in a little bit and it'll tell you exactly what you need. But then also, just so you are sure, here I'll post the receipt from Walmart. It was exactly $20.03. $20.03 gets you these 2 paints, a whole paint set, 25 brushes, and 3 canvases. You can't really go wrong. So for this, I wanted to actually, I have a little giveaway for this show. These are these little, I make little mobiles into them, or you can put a magnet on them or rewire them. And these are the cutest little things. I used to make these when I was living in Costa Rica, and I would travel a lot. And when I was traveling, I would always make these, and then I would sell them sometimes on the beach. So I've had a very interesting life. You're more than welcome to ask me about how living in Costa Rica was. To add some spice to the pot, I'm also a triplet of girl. And I do speak Spanish. So if you ever feel like you have a language barrier or you don't understand what something could be in English, I speak Spanish. So here, this is what I do with these sweet little ladybugs. In my family, it's a sweet little mobile. I make these for like every single baby shower. I have these in my kids' rooms and everything. They catch the sun and they're just absolutely awesome. And they will definitely be going up on the site soon. So here, let me just, my family, we have this big thing about ladybugs because when we were little, we always would ask our parents, like my mom and my dad, like, Mommy, why does everybody always like don't like bugs, but they like ladybugs? Like, it's still a bug. And my parents were like, well, that's because ladybugs like are beautiful and nobody wants to hurt anything that's beautiful. And so I don't know which one of us 3 said it, but we were like, well, they shouldn't be called ladybugs. They should be called lucky bugs because nobody wants to hurt them. So those are those sweet little things that you say and that like you always like pull through from your childhood. But I just wanted to go ahead and start. I would really love it if you would tune into my video next week. I promise you it'll be a little bit more organized. And maybe then you can actually like meet my kids and so forth. But we have a lot down the road to go. So here is your canvas. And I will put the dimensions on it. And you're going to start from your dab, dab, dab to making this beautiful. It's not even finished yet. It's already beautiful. So here we go. So please comment and I will try to get back to as many comments as I can. And thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great day.